You're watching WKYT News at Noon.
Welcome back to WKYT News at Noon. At the 12:30 report, I'm Barbara Bailey.
I'm Bill Bryant. We have some new information about a robbery and murder that happened here in Lexington.
Two suspects appearing in court this morning, now facing multiple charges. WKYT's Lauren Miner has the latest in our top story at 12:30.
Both Destiny Huff and Daniel Glasscock appeared in court today, both facing charges of murder and robbery. We learned a lot of details in the case, but this is what we know. Destiny Huff and the victim, Victor Villagomez Duarte, met up with Daniel Glasscock and a black male believed to be 28-year-old Alonzo Ragland. He was arrested yesterday and is now being charged with murder and robbery. According to detectives in court today, at the microtel, Huff and the victim got into the car, and that is when the black male passenger believed to be Ragland pointed a gun at the victim and said, "Show me what you got." Then he shot the victim. Ragland ordered both Huff and Duarte out of the vehicle. Then the vehicle drove away. Destiny Huff then called 911, and when police got there, she was going by the name Shay Sebastian. It wasn't until later police found out her real name. So far, no gun has been recovered in the case. Ragland is saying he was not there during the time of the shooting. He is scheduled to be arraigned later today. Reporting in Lexington, Lauren Miner, WKYT.
Lauren, thank you. And the shooting happened on Labor Day at the Microtel Inn on Winchester Road. Investigators say a man wanted for a robbery at a Lexington store has now been connected to two other crimes. Police have issued warrants for Devarius Jones. They say he was behind a home invasion on Lucille Drive and the robberies at two Hibbett sports stores earlier this month. Police also are looking for Taji Winters in connection to that home invasion.
Lexington police have arrested two people in connection to the murder of a Kentucky National Guardsman. They have charged Jeremy Harris with murder. He and Christy Hanley are also charged with abuse of a corpse and tampering with evidence. The victim, 24-year-old Trevor Dilger, was found inside a burning car on September 4th. Police say Harris shot and killed Dilger, then drove Dilger's car to a rural area near the Woodford-Fayette County line and set it on fire with his body inside. Police say Harris and Hanley are also charged in an unrelated robbery that happened on Village Drive earlier this month. Both will be arraigned in the murder case this afternoon. A Russell County mother answered to a judge today on a charge of murder in the death of her 3-year-old child. Investigators say Jessica Warner was high on meth when she lost control of her car and crashed near Russell Springs over the weekend. The accident killed her 3-year-old daughter, Chloe Fortenberry. Warner remains in jail on bond, and the funeral for the little girl is this afternoon.
The newest YMCA in Lexington is just about a month away from opening. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain took a tour and now gives us a sneak peek.
Officials broke ground on this YMCA in June of 2015, and today it's a little over a month away from its opening day. So we're getting a sneak peek inside for you today. Bill Gatton donated this 10-acre property 10 years ago, and it's now the site of Lexington's fourth and newest YMCA. The $20 million project is being named the Whitaker Family YMCA at Hamburg Place in honor of the family of Elmer Whitaker, the CEO of Whitaker Bank. The 62,000 square foot building in Hamburg features a 10,000 square foot wellness center. There's also a youth development wing, exercise studios, a full-size gym, state-of-the-art locker rooms, and the most impressive aspect of the new Y, this 2-story water slide, indoor pool, and outdoor splash pad. Features the officials at the YMCA hope are well worth the wait.
Yeah, this has been a project in the making for over 10 years, and we're excited to bring the new Y to Lexington.
The official opening day for the YMCA's newest location here in Lexington will be October 23rd. In Lexington, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
Michelle, thank you. And there's a $3 million upgrade scheduled for the YMCA on Loudon Avenue. There are also plans for the High Street YMCA to undergo upgrades starting later this year. A longtime Lexington nightclub is now being torn down. Demolition is underway on what was most recently Art Bar on Euclid Avenue in Chevy Chase. For years, it was called the Blue Moon Saloon. According to our news partners at the Herald Leader, the owner of the property plans to open a new restaurant called Bear and the Butcher.
All right, the page is turned there.
That's right, a lot of
Chevy
changes.
Chase, yeah, exactly.
Well, Hillary Clinton is back on the campaign trail today after spending 3 days at home recovering from pneumonia. And Donald Trump has been questioning her stamina for the first time since she was diagnosed.
Clinton's personal physician describes her as being in, quote, excellent mental condition and recovering well from antibiotics to treat her bacterial pneumonia. During a taping of the Dr. Oz show yesterday, the Republican nominee revealed that he takes medication to lower his cholesterol and blood pressure. At least 3 polls out Wednesday show Trump leading Clinton in the key battleground states of Ohio, Florida, and Nevada. The first presidential debate is less than 2 weeks away. A Kansas man who was one of the last living Buffalo soldiers has died.
His widow remembers a military man who served 5 campaigns during World War II. Kenya Mills has that story.
A friend introduced Wilma Self to her future husband at a concert in the 1930s.
And she said, now you keep him for me because he's really cute. I don't think she meant I'd keep him for 74 years, but that's what happened.
Nolan and Wilma Self got married, raised 8 boys together, and now, just short of their 75th anniversary, Nolan passed away.
He pretty much demanded respect. You know what I'm saying? When he walked into the room, you stood up.
That's partly because Nolan was a veteran who served with the Buffalo Soldiers, an Army unit formed in 1866 comprised solely of African Americans. Self fought in World War II and Korea. His name is on a paver at the Buffalo Soldier Memorial in Junction City.
Things began to change after that. Less discrimination, and it took a lot of time to happen, but it finally eventually came around that all soldiers were soldiers.
Self went on to retire from the Army as a first sergeant and settled down to raise his family in Junction City. During his life, he was also a neighborhood father to many young men in the community.
That old saying that to be a man, you had to see a man. Well, we saw a man every day.
Wilma is grateful to have spent a lifetime raising a family with that soldier she met at a dance when she was just a teen.
I couldn't have wanted a better family than God has blessed us with. I'm just so thankful to God.
And Kansas State University last year produced a documentary called I Was a Buffalo Soldier, the story of Nolan Self.
It's good to have you here on WKYT News. If you're napping too much, it could be a sign of diabetes.
And it might sound like fun to some people, but keeping a chicken as a pet can be risky. That story's coming up.
The rain still looks like it's going to be there for the weekend, but when are we going to see this system roll on in here, and will it affect us for Friday night football? I'm going to have that in your forecast coming up next.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Mixture of sun and clouds out there this afternoon. Don't expect to rain once again, and there is a stray shot at that. I won't say it's 100% chance that we're going to stay dry. There's still a 10% chance that you could see a pop-up shower thunderstorm. And I'm just crossing my fingers it's over my yard. I mean, a lot of us need that rain, that is for sure. Throwing on the sprinklers each morning and evening. It's just getting a little old there on the pocketbook, I can tell you that. 81 degrees there in Lexington. We're at 77 now in Mount Sterling. All of us will finish off in the low to mid 80s. Then we hit your day on your Friday, okay? We go through your day. There is a chance of rain during the daylight hours. It's a small chance, but it is there. And then we head off towards 7 p.m. The stray shot at a shower or thunderstorm during football time. That's kickoff, right? Go off into the second half. Here's 10 p.m. There's still a chance at least of a shower or thunderstorm, but obviously it's not a great chance. So most of us stay dry during football, just can't rule out bits and pieces of a stray shower or thunderstorm. On Saturday morning, this is the big change in the forecast from the past 4 to 5 days. This is the first time I've seen that many models are actually coming in with new data saying, okay, Saturday morning has a pretty decent, not good, but decent chance of rain. So we're throwing out a 40% chance of rain now for Saturday morning as opposed to 20% like I've been talking about. So there are a few showers, a couple of rumbles of thunder there Saturday morning, but look at the big break, okay? And then you get into the afternoon and we're holding on to showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon. This is not widespread all day type of setup. You will get breaks. You may even get 3 to 4 hour breaks. So it just goes to show you that if you do have plans, which we have a lot of events going on, one being a big event, Bourbon County Secretariat Festival, that kicks off tomorrow into your weekend. I would would still go tomorrow. That's going to be the driest time, is tomorrow if you can. And then the half marathon and 5K, that's going to be in Somerset, which should be okay. I don't see a washout there Saturday morning. I just see a couple of showers, a couple of rumbles of thunder. As Bill Bryant will tell you, it's not all that bad running there in a little rain. Got the Blazing Bluegrass Festival in Whitley City, and also we got the fun run, the Peace Love run there. Work out anytime. I'll be down there hanging out. Notice I'm not saying running.
It's going to be fun.
Because I called you out this morning.
Yeah, you called me out this morning. I'm emceeing the event, but I'm going to root you guys on. I hope to see you out there at Coldstream Park Saturday morning.
All right, Micah, thank you very much. Well, keeping chickens as pets is becoming more and more popular, but is that safe? And which prostate cancer treatment is the best?
Kenneth Craig has details in this Better Living report.
Active monitoring offers the same chance of survival for prostate cancer as surgery and radiation. That's according to a new study in the New England Journal of Medicine. Researchers found surgery and radiation therapy did reduce the risk of the cancer progressing over time compared to active monitoring, but those treatment options also cause more side effects. Daytime naps of an hour or more could be a warning sign for diabetes. Researchers in Tokyo found long daytime naps are associated with a 45% increased risk of developing type 2 diabetes. There was no increased risk for shorter naps. Researchers stress their study does not show naps cause diabetes, but that naps and diabetes could share a common cause. And new research suggests more and more Americans are keeping chickens as household pets. The CDC looked at 2 decades worth of poultry-related human salmonella outbreaks. Researchers found 46% of those salmonella cases involved people who kept poultry inside their homes, and 13% involved people who kissed their birds. That's a look at some of the day's top health stories. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, New York.
All right, so the chicken kissers, be forewarned there.
You heard it. Don't kiss the bird.
Keep it here now on WKYT News. We have some guests coming up. It celebrates the life and legacy of the 1973 Triple Crown champion.
Find out about the Secretariat Festival happening in Bourbon County next.
Welcome back. Great to have you here on WKYT as our noon news hour continues. Famous jockeys, a parade, music, and more. The Secretariat Festival is going to be happening in Paris this weekend.
And to learn more about it, we're joined by Miranda Wiles with Edward Jones Investment. Thanks very much for coming in today.
Absolutely.
Well, tell us all about the Secretariat Festival. What can people look forward to?
Sure. We have got a huge weekend in Bourbon County. It starts off tonight, actually, with Third Thursday, brought to you by Holly McMillan Insurance Group. That's going to be live music on the courthouse steps from 5 to 8 p.m. Mercy Men, which is a local Motown band, will be there. And then we have the live premiere of our bourbon barrels, which will be auctioned off on Friday. We have 15 small bourbon barrels that have been done by local artists. And like I said, those will be auctioned off on Friday. Then we have Art Walk, which is sponsored by my office, Edward Jones Investments. We'll have 30 different businesses open downtown that will host over 100 artists. And then, like I said, the bourbon barrel auction that evening. One really exciting thing we've just learned about is Blanton's is releasing a Secretariat Blanton's bourbon bottle. This has never happened in the U.S. before, and so there'll be a limited number that will be auctioned off that evening. Then the Secretariat Festival starts on Saturday at 9 a.m. We actually will have horse tours to Claiborne and Adena Springs, and then we will have the horse events from 12 to 2, a parade at 5, and then that evening we have a dinner at Bourbon where we'll have Bill Knack do some storytelling, and then additional the Blanton bourbon bottles will be auctioned off.
Wow, lots going on.
Yeah, there's been a lot of planning that has gone into that.
Absolutely, tons of volunteers.
And it seems so appropriate to celebrate Secretariat this way.
Absolutely. You know, Bourbon County is horses, history, and hospitality, and Secretariat's kind of the pinnacle of that. And we are so lucky to have, Claiborne Farm here where he stood stud, and we're just really excited to have all of these events.
Miranda, should people pre-register for these events, or can you show up for most of them?
Great question. So for the actual festival, just show up, come on downtown in beautiful historic Paris. If you want to learn more, we do have more information at secretariat.com, and also Secretariat secretariatfestival.com. Now, in order to buy those tickets for the dinner on Saturday, go to secretariat.com. But like I said, it's just going to be a fantastic event.
Oh, it sounds like fun.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming next, he's been making people laugh since his high school days.
You can see him at Comedy Off-Broadway, and comedian Mike E. Winfield is in our studio. Stay with us.
Welcome back in. Great to have you here on WKYT. His ability to share his humor dates back to his school days, and now he's entertaining audiences around the country, making a stop right here in Lexington.
We are so happy to have comedian Mike E. Winfield here with us
Mike
today. I got it, Mike E.
Oh, no. Are we on some Facebook here or what?
We're on something. We're going to be on something. Right.
Well, that's important. That's important to know.
Right. You guys, man, you got the best couch, man. You ever have someone just come over and you get comfortable on the couch? I love this.
I'm glad you like it, because most people sit down and they go, oh, it's not really that comfortable.
Because they came with expectations.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm glad we have a seat.
You know, here's it. So we started reading about your background and so forth, and they said that the teachers said that you were shy and so forth in the early days.
You know what? We're talking 5th grade.
Oh, okay.
Someone got an early bio from me. Right?
Needs to be updated, huh?
Yeah, in 5th grade, I was a little shy like all the rest of the kids.
Well, that is way in the past now. Once you grabbed that microphone, you just fell in love with it, didn't you?
Well, let me tell you, the first time you grab the microphone, I don't know how it is for everyone, but it is not a satisfying moment. Because what happens is you get on stage in front of all these people, and then you got these bright lights, you have expectations, and you have jokes to deliver, and people come to laugh. And if that doesn't happen, they're not that happy.
Then you don't come back much, right?
Please
right.
laugh.
They want their $5 back.
Exactly. What do you talk about on the stage out there?
You know, I get into love. I'm heavy on love. I get into marriage, you know, because I got married to an older woman. I have a stepson, and, you know, it's just cool being a parent to a kid that's close to your age. So I talk about what I call him, step man. Right,
yeah. I guess you've learned a lot as the step man, right?
I have learned a lot. Yeah, you know, he's an interesting person. He was actually drinking at some underage high school party. Not cool. Her and I discussing how we're gonna handle it, and I'm like, I don't know. She's like, go get him. I drive around the corner to pick him up. I came home 3 hours later. She said,
I don't think that's what she had in mind.
She asked, had I been drinking? I'm like, well, we got all the same friends. Everybody was there.
The whole gang.
Right.
And so you look forward to the live. You like a live audience.
Oh man, I need a live audience,
I understand.
And people do too. Not enough people understand the live experience. You know, like what you see on TV is great, it's fantastic, but it's nothing like coming and seeing what may happen.
I bet your shows are lots of fun. And you said that Mike E, the E is for emphasis.
Yeah. Well, no, I made that up. Actually.
Well, it sounded good to me.
I told her the E in Mikey Winfield stood for emphasis because I wanted her to emphasize it.
And I did, Mike E.
Thank you, Barbara. No one's ever done that.
It's probably Edward or something like that.
I love it.
You basically roll with it.
She says it's probably Edward or something, and it is.
It is.
Got it.
I got the most boring middle name ever. I tried to change it to Elefante, but everyone kept asking me questions about Elefante. So,
well, your opportunity to see Mike Elefante or Edward or Mikey Winfield.
Or Mike Emphasis Winfield.
You got it. Comedy Off-Broadway tonight at 7:15, and then shows Saturday at 7:15 and 9:45.
Oh, yes.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Let's check in with Micah before we go. Top that, will you?
Well, I can't. I mean, when you have glasses like that, man, dude's cool over there. I like him. Mainly drive for today. I need those on sunny days just to throw on the shades. I love it. Tomorrow we do have a couple of rumbles of thunder, and then we hit your weekend. Now your weekend, here comes some showers, some rumbles of thunder. They'll slide on in here. The good news here is we will get breaks for the weekend. Remember, this is not 100% chance of rain. It's 60%. So most of us will get rain, but it is on and off, so we'll get breaks here and there. Jim Caldwell, he'll be in here at 4 p.m. He'll get you updated on that.
All right, well, if you get some showers, head out to the Comedy Club, right?
That's right. Enjoy.
Thank you for joining us for WKYT News at noon.
Have a good day.